you go on the road, you got to win a road game, to win a series. That's usually the way it works. Not always, but for us, that's been a good formula. We've won road games in 25 straight series over the years, so we're very confident in our ability to win on the road, but we know it's going to be a big challenge here in Dallas.
Thank you.
Eddie Supko.
Howdy, Coach. I apologize in front if this is beating a dead horse here, but when Steph has his little bedtime theatrics there, most of us just look at that as having a good time and having fun with the game. Do you mind that at all, or is it just a part of him being kind of the guy he is?
No, I don't mind it at all. And I think what's notable is that I don't think we've run into any opponents who have seemed to mind it. I think Steph is the way he carries himself, the way he handles being on the other end of that kind of stuff. He realizes that it's kind of all part of the game, and players are going to trash talk during the game, and they're going to have their theatrics, and he enjoys that part of the show. But there's a humility to Steph that people and fellow players around the league also recognize. So I think they respect him, and that's why he gets away with it, whereas some guys may not. By the way, I want to be where you are, Eddie. That looks really nice.
All right, Maria, go ahead.
Hi, Steve. Hope you're well. I was wondering, what are your thoughts about yesterday's second half, in which the team scored 68 points and they actually made their third largest playoff comeback in franchise history?
Yeah, I think our defense was a lot better in the second half, Maria, and our offense was better too, and it was tied together. We only turned it over, I think, 3 times in the second half. Our help defense was better. We were able to challenge shooters better. So, the whole game settled down for us in the second half. Dallas played a brilliant first half, and they really took the game to us. So it was important that we get settled down, and we did.
Right, Ron Krojcik.
Hi, Steve. I know you mentioned Andrew. You expect him to play. When did the injury happen, and is there any concern that it could limit his mobility at all? Obviously, he's got a big assignment on Doncic.
To be honest, I didn't even know he was hurt until Raymond just told me he was questionable. So.
And if I could ask one unrelated question, Moses Moody obviously got a long run, I think 10 minutes last night. Having seen the video now, he didn't put up big numbers, but it seemed he was obviously out there when the team did well, and it seemed like he contributed to that. But watching the video, what did he do well, and how much of a role, how much does that maybe change his potential role going forward?
Well, he played really well. He's just a very solid player, knows where to be on the floor, isn't afraid to make a play, but also understands when not to make a play, which is important. So got good size and physicality defensively. He's a player who can survive a series like this where there's a lot of pick and roll and a lot of switching. So we felt pretty good about putting him in the game, and he did a good job. So, yeah, there's a good chance he'll be back out there tomorrow.
Tim Kawakami.
Hey, Steve, I know you're not looking at the other team's bench during the game, but Mavericks have gotten fined for semantics, do stand up a lot. Steph passed to Tim Hardaway Jr. there when Hardaway was wearing white and standing up. Do you have any concerns about that? Have you noticed the Mavericks bench being particularly active? Also, there was the Damian Lee, that play all happened right in front of them. Has that stood out to you at all?
I don't mind, as long as it doesn't interfere with the game. I don't mind it. I love the fact that Dallas's bench is energetic and talking trash and into it. I think that's what fans want to see. They want to see a team that cares, and they want to see energy and chemistry, and so I love it. But when it interferes with the game, that crosses the line. So I think that's the only thing that I'm concerned with is if there is a play that if there's a person on the court or person who is standing up calling for the ball, that's a little too much. But otherwise, I really enjoy it. I think it's great.
Anthony Slater.
Yeah, you guys this series have kind of allowed Looney to where some of your guards will hedge out and get back, Looney will switch. Just how comfortable are you just basically having him guard whoever?
Very comfortable. And we've been comfortable with him switching on to guards for a long time, 4 or 5 years now. So he's had a lot of experience doing it against the very best players in the game. That's what this series requires. So Loon is a key player for that reason, and others actually.
Monty Poole.
Steve, do you think last night, you always talk about Draymond being a guy who sort of, his emotional spirit is a key source for this team. Was he a little too keyed up last night, you think? What led to the way he didn't play that well, then he had the fouls? What was going on, you think?
Yeah, Draymond is always emotional and passionate and competitive. It's what makes him special. It's what makes him who he is. But like anybody, too much of something can be bad, and I thought he was a little bit overly emotional last night, overly engaged, and he knows it. And I think, he's been so good throughout the playoffs. He was probably due to have a subpar game. He had one. The great thing with Draymond is, he always bounces back. He's such a winner that he, and he's so smart that he understands immediately after a game what happened, what he has to do better, what we can do better. And I expect him to have a great game tomorrow.
Thank you.
Christos.
Coach, a lot of good things in the first 2 games of the series against the Mavericks for you as a team. What would you like to carry over in Game 3 and Game 4 in Dallas to finish the job as soon as possible?
Well, we're just locked in on our game plan. Christos, we're just trying to defend their team as best we can. They're a very difficult team to guard, given Luka's talent and ability to stretch the floor and create shots for everybody. So it's a difficult assignment, but we've done well, I think, for, a game and a half out of the 2 games. And we've got to make sure we aren't losing sight of our defensive goals. And that's the key, especially on the road. You have to play a good game defensively if you expect to win.
Eddie, your hand is up again. Not sure if it's still up from the last time, but if any questions left for anybody else? All right. Sounds like that's about it. Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you, Coach Kerr. Appreciate that.